Welcome and thank you for joining me for today's installment of Rob PTV. I'm making this one here for all my people out there who don't believe they have what it takes to qualify for a mortgage. I'm going to be breaking down all the nitty-gritty details and strategies of what you can do to qualify for a mortgage within the next 18 months. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, stick around because that's all up next. I believe that there is an innate desire within all of us to own a piece of God's green earth. Behind food and water, there is no greater need than shelter. If we don't have shelter, there's no way that we can function or think about anything besides surviving. We can't think about the future, we can't think about our dreams without having that shelter. And at the end of the day, if you don't own your own land, more than likely, you're paying somebody else's mortgage. And if you're paying somebody else's mortgage, not only are you putting yourself in a bad position financially, you're also throwing away ample opportunity to build wealth for you and your family. I can understand those people out there who are short-term, who don't want to stay in a certain place for longer than a year and a half, 2 years. But if you believe that you'll be where you're living for the next 3 years plus, there's no reason you shouldn't own your own. Too many people fail to realize how expensive it is to rent a home. Not enough people are aware of the fact that the rental rate increases at a rate faster than the inflation rate increases year over year. So that's like you running on a treadmill and actually going backwards, not being able to keep up with the treadmill as your buying power diminishes year over year. Not enough people realize that when you have a mortgage, your mortgage rate and what you pay for that home is going to stay the same over the course of the loan. So that can be for 15 years, that can be for 30 years. So can you imagine you get a mortgage for a home that you pay $600 a month? You're going to be paying $600 a month 30 years from now, if you can imagine. So what I'm going to do today is give you 5 major keys on what you can do to position yourself to get a mortgage within the next 18 months. Major key number 1, you gotta have steady income. You have to be able to keep a job. You have to understand that when a lender gives a mortgage out, they're taking a risk. So everything that goes into the lending process is assessing the risk that you present in defaulting on your loan. So if you can't keep a job or you haven't kept a steady job for the past 2 years, it's going to be a very slim chance that you'll be able to get a mortgage. And if you haven't been able to keep a steady job for the past 2 years, you probably shouldn't even be focusing on purchasing a home. You should be more so focused on getting on your feet, getting your finances in order, and building up that self-discipline in order to create a foundation from which you can build on moving forward. Oh, but I've been at my job for the past 4 years, you say. And that brings us to major key number 2. Get your credit score. Well, you need to get your credit score. Now, by law, the credit bureaus are supposed to give you 1 free credit report per year. So get on Google search, go to freeannualcreditreport.com and get that credit report. Also, if you have credit cards, you can get your credit score from the credit cards. You can get your credit score from all types of places. Very popular right now is Credit Karma. Credit Karma is okay when it comes to disputing your credit and whatnot, but as far as getting an accurate credit score, I definitely recommend going to a credit card company, going to your bank, or going straight up to the credit bureaus to get what you need. Because otherwise, you'll get something inaccurate and think that your credit score is higher than what it really is. So that's the next step. Get that credit score. Major key number 3. Understand your credit score. First things first, you have to understand that you have 3 different credit scores. There are 3 different credit bureaus out here, each ran independently to gauge how well you are with your credit and using credit and paying back your debts. You have Experian, you have Equifax, and you have TransUnion, all independent. What lenders look at is that middle score. So what they'll do is take that highest score, get rid of it. They'll take that lowest score, get rid of it, and they'll rock with that score in the middle. On a credit scale, the lowest credit score you can have is a 350, and the highest credit score you can have is a 900. What you want to aim for as a prospective homeowner is a 620. Now, by law, lenders can give you a loan with a 580 credit score. But I can tell you from my experience, it's going to be very difficult to get a lender to trust you with a 580 credit score. So your goal that you should shoot for is a 620. I found that 620 is that magic number when it comes to lenders. If you have a 620, they'll be a lot more comfortable with you and be able to let a little bit more things slide in getting you your credit. 640 is ideal. If you want to get a conventional loan, you want to be able to have all the options that you could ever need when it comes to a loan, shoot for a 670. 640 plus 670. But if you want to get your foot in the door and get you a home, a starter home, and just get in there and start building some equity up, shoot for that 620. Major key number 4, reduce your debt. Now, once you get your credit score, you look at your credit report, and you look at everything that everybody says that you owe them, you want to be strategic in paying that debt down. What I recommend is you go about it in the way that you take the oldest debt and you pay that down first. Now, I'm not saying go back and pay something that's 6 years old. If it's 6 years old and you're looking to buy a home next year, things fall off your credit report after 7 years. So if it's 6 years old, let it go. Let it go. But anything that you have that's 90 days plus, you want to throw money at that ASAP. The accounts that are 90 days plus late on your credit report are going to have a larger negative effect than the accounts that are 30 to 60 days late on your credit report. So my recommendation is this: go after those accounts that are 90 days plus, get them reconciled. Call up those creditors and negotiate with them, and shoot for the goal. You want to be able to pay your debts off for 55% of what you owe. So if they say you owe them $100, call them up and tell them, hey, I got $55 right here, right now. If I pay this, would you wipe my debt clean? And to be honest, a lot of them would. So use that negotiating power to wipe your debts clean. And like you get done with those 90-day plus accounts, go after those 30 to 60-day accounts and get those reconciled as well, to the point where all of your accounts are up to date. You want all of your accounts less than 30 days and just pay on time. Your payment history will account for about 35% of your credit score. So it's very important that you get your accounts positive, get them on time, and keep them that way over the course of a large number of months in order to boost your credit score up to a point where you can qualify for a mortgage. Major key number 5, adjust your credit utilization ratio. This is one of the fastest ways to boost your credit score and make yourself more attractive to lenders. Your credit utilization ratio is the number that comes when you take how much credit you actually have available and you take how much you actually use and divide that. So say for instance, I have $1,000 available to me in credit, but I only use $300 of that credit that's available to me. I have a 30% credit utilization ratio, which is golden. If you want to build your credit and boost your credit up the fastest that you can, you want to keep your credit utilization ratio under 30%. So my suggestion to you is, for one, get a credit card. Hopefully you already have a credit card and you've been paying faithfully on that credit card for the past year or so. What you can do is call up the lender, the person that gives you the credit card, and actually ask them to raise the maximum amount that you can use on that credit card. And that in itself will nearly double your credit utilization ratio. Now, mind you, this only works if you don't use that extra credit. The key here is to keep that credit utilization ratio under 30%. So that's a great way to do it. If you don't have a credit card, I recommend, as I said in my other videos, get you a secured card, take $200 to the bank, ask them and tell them you want a secured card. They'll take that $200, they'll give you a credit card worth $200, and they'll put that $200 into the bank account as collateral for the credit card. And that credit card works like a normal credit card. And it's the same thing. You want to keep that balance under 30% of the maximum. And I'm not saying pay it off every month. Don't pay it off every month, because if it reports every month that you have zero credit, that you're not using any of the credit, you don't get any points. And you're in this game to get points. So use the credit card, keep the balance under 30% of the maximum, and boost points. Now say for instance you have a good number of credit cards, and you have debt over here, debt over there, debt over there. Something that you could do, which will work for you, would be to roll all of that credit into an installment loan from your bank or credit union, where your credit union will give you a loan in which you would pay down your balances on all those credit cards, and you would just pay back that loan instead of paying that high interest on all these different credit cards. And what that does is it keeps your credit utilization ratio low, as well as diversifies the type of credit that you are using, which also boosts your points on that credit score. Those are a couple of ways that you can go and boost your credit score, being crafty and building your credit at the same time. And there you have it. That's 5 major keys on what you can do within the next 18 months to position yourself to be a homeowner and get yourself a mortgage. So if you like this video, if you thought it was valuable, I got so much more to offer to you. I have a class on what you can do to make this your last year as a renter every third Thursday of the month. This month it's at the West Branch Toledo Library, March 16th from 6 to 7:30. I only have 20 seats available. I believe it's about 14 seats left at this point. Get on the Eventbrite, go ahead and reserve your seats, because after that, if anything, it's going to be standing room only. And I'm here for the people. I'm here in Toledo trying to help the people build some economic wealth for their families, set some foundations for the future so that their families can live their dreams moving forward. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. So if you like this video, reply, comment, subscribe, follow, share, all of that good stuff. That all is like money to me. That makes me feel so good when you do that. So go ahead and do that. Hey, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for another installment of Rob P TV.